Raff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Hey farmers, join Boyk Farm Outfitters at Precision Planning's Winter Conference happening January 22nd and 23rd at Innovation Campus in Lincoln. At Winter Conference, they'll cover topics like fertilizer inputs, weed management, spraying technologies, and priorities of the planter pass, to name a few. It's your chance to see new research that'll put you and your farm ahead of the curve, and it's free to attend. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this event's for you. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot today.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Since discovering Limitless Mail, thousands of men have changed their lives. They've experienced more energy, sharper thinking, fat loss, muscle gain, and a boost in sex appeal. Men are loving life again, and it hasn't gone unnoticed. Wives, kids, even coworkers are seeing the difference. Limitless Mail is a guy changer. We provide custom treatment plans to ensure both safety and maximum benefits. Don't settle for cookie-cutter solutions. Limitless Mail is the powerhouse in men's health. Schedule your free consult.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with with over 12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at couplecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. 12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Couples. So please stop on in or visit us at couplecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Happy Tuesday, folks. We are here on this very, very blustery Tuesday morning here at the capital city. At the mothership, we got Nick on the ones and twos. I'm back in the studio today. It's good to be here. We got Rafferty in Huntsville, Alabama. We got AG in Houston. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
There they are.
Fellas.
Hello.
I'll tell you this, man. I literally just got out of Nick's, not just, but my hands are still cold. And I walked out of my house into Nick's car. Out of Nick's car into the studio, and my hands are still cold. You guys, it is ridiculously cold here in Nebraska this morning.
Hey. That's the Midwest. That's the Midwest.
Well,
Midwest.
Here's the thing. I think so. I got a newer car, and I think my heat works worse than it did in my 2007 car that I got rid of. I don't know. Something about those like older cars, they just unhinge everything, and it's just it's like over the top in a good way. And in this case, the heat was hotter than crap in that car. This one takes a little bit of a while to warm up.
Okay. You're just outside all night too, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I left it unlocked. So
you're very fortunate, man. You're very fortunate.
Hey, I'm telling you. So I'm still getting used to. So I bought the car in like April. I'm still getting used to like taking out the keys because it's a push start, obviously. And I'm still getting used to taking out the keys of my car because I forget them. I forget them at times because you don't have to turn it off with a key like you used to with the older ones. And so a lot of times I'll leave my keys in the car, which leaves my car unlocked. And that's what happened overnight. Couldn't find my keys this morning. I freaked out. I went to my car. It was on the driveway. I opened it up, and there are my keys, and there's my car, completely unlocked for the entire world.
I told Nick it's too cold for anybody to be out trying to steal cars a night like last
night. Yeah. Between that and your neighborhood, y'all know where you're at, Nick. You safe down there.
But you know what?
Nope.
Push back, AG. There's been a number in the fall and early winter, not obviously in the past month, but there was a slew of car break-ins. Williamsburg, Pine Lake, Union Road. There's been a lot of break-ins, bro. Because they figure people leave their cars.
Yeah, people are more lax out there,
and that's why they go out there and get those. So there's no place in Lincoln I would feel safe leaving my car open at, man.
That's why I laughed at the end. That's why I was laughing.
Yeah.
You cut me off too much or too fast.
We should just do an experiment. All right, who wants to sacrifice their car? How long can we leave it out there and how unlocked before something happens to it?
Yeah, do those old Candid Camera show. Remember Candid Camera, Raff, AD?
Oh yeah.
Where they'll just set up a scenario like that. and see how many people react to the car door being open and jumping in it, seeing the keys and bouncing.
Oh yeah.
That'd be awesome.
There was a lady just here in Lincoln that she was parked outside. I forgot where she was at, but they stole her ride and the dog that was in the car.
I know. I saw that. They were like, I saw some comment was like, "Hey, can you bring the dog back at least?"
She said, "I don't even care about the car. Just bring my dog back.
Bring my dog."
Yeah, because you're not gonna feed it.
Yeah,
You're not gonna put up with the dog unless you're a dog person. That's also a thief. On top of that.
Well, you guys, what the thing about her situation is that it's also a remote. It's also a keyless start.
Yeah.
And they, according to the GPS, the car has not been turned off yet because they know. I think the person that stole it knows if I turn this joker off, it ain't coming back on.
That's wild.
So they haven't, and that was obviously a couple of days ago. Where it's at now, and I have to look it up. But at that point, it was like a day later. It hasn't shown that the car had been turned off yet.
Well, they know it. Yeah, they know that if they do, then it's going to shut down. But then gas is going to run out eventually. It'd be a long burn, though. That's a long burn. I always wondered about that. If you did do that, how long would that take?
How long would it last? Raffi, you guys got some cold temps and you guys got some really cold temps in Huntsville. What's it looking like this morning, man?
Oh, 31 degrees.
Yep, we're in the same neighborhood.
Winter is here.
That Arctic blast coming through Texas, and people acting like it's the North Pole here. It's just funny. I'm wearing shorts and t-shirt and hoodies. Everybody, they in pullovers. They in triple down parkas and hood and beanie. I did put my beanie on just to. I like when it's cold. When I know it's cold like it is. I like to at least have my ears warm, my top of my head warm. So I did put on a beanie yesterday. That was about it. But I had flip flops on. So.
AG, do you laugh sometimes knowing that you came from literally one of the most extreme cold places in the United States, Green Bay, especially in the wintertime, playing those conditions? Do you sometimes laugh at the Houstonians when it's like 35 and they're wearing, snowsuits and everything else?
All day. I remember when I first got here. So back in 07 when I was playing 08, and I remember going to the grocery store and I was literally in t-shirts and shorts and my shoes right after practice. Marie asked, "Can you stop by the store before you come home?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll stop by." Walking in, and you would have thought it was what it looks like there right now. I saw parkas, I saw the beanies, I saw scarves double wrapped around the neck, and it was not even barely 40 degrees. I was like, I just got my cart and I just laughed the whole time while I was throwing stuff in the cart. I was like, this is hilarious. This is funny. It was interesting. So. But yeah, it's Houston. Yeah,
it's different.
Yeah,
well,
it's
folks,
different.
Well, we're going to start right on time. We got a quick guest to start things off. We got a full day ahead of you, morning ahead of you as far as that goes. We got a guest coming up, and we also got a lot of football to discuss. The magic number at Nebraska. There was another signing that took place. Not a signing, interest that took place on yesterday. A pretty prominent position in Nebraska, of course. Men's basketball has got a big game tonight in Iowa City. And me and Nick were talking on the way here the last time we're in Iowa City and kind of what set that up as far as the meltdown, which we want to avoid. So we'll discuss all those things when we come back, folks. It is Tuesday morning. Stay bundled up. Be careful out there as you're driving. We'll be right back, folks. It's The Drive.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln or their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor at Just Days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see increasing clouds throughout the day, and it will be breezy. We'll see a high around 22. Tonight, skies will clear out. It will be cold. We'll see a low of 3 above. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with light winds, and high near 23. Meteorologist reflecting 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henrys at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we're back on this blustery, beautiful Tuesday morning. We got a great guest in the house. He's not even a guest. Jeff is family. Jeff Essing, co-owner of Farrell's FXB, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, located here in Lincoln. 2 locations. They got one out at Meadow Lane. They have another one right there on Yankee Hill, Yankee Ridge location, which is the one I attend to, which I love out there. Jeff, good morning to you, brother.
Morning. How's it going?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Jeff, you guys are coming up. I want to hop right into it. You're coming up on your first 10-week session of 2025.
Yep.
Okay. So with that being said, you did something different this year in that you allowed people who enrolled for the 10-week started in January to get started early.
Yeah, that was our Black Friday sale that we had done, on Black Friday. So we have, so far for this upcoming challenge, we have about 75 people enrolled for the challenge, which is awesome. And a lot of those, most of them have already kind of dipped their toes in, because the last time I was on with you guys, we were talking about not going full on board, right? So this was kind of a special we were doing to get people kind of acclimated, not really going at it 6 days a week, but coming 2-3 times, start to dabble in the nutrition a little bit. So when the challenge comes, which is actually this Saturday, they're going to be ready to roll. So our gyms have been busy. We've been busy in December. Yeah.
Real quick, AG and Raff, I just texted you guys a few notes right there as well. Some things that Jeff sent to me as well. So Jeff, this class, what's a full class, both at the Meadow Lane location at Farrell's, like let's say a 6 o'clock class, 4 p.m. Regardless, what's a full class?
So a full class I would say we have as many members as we have bags. So at the Yankee Ridge gym, we have 36 bags on the gym floor. This morning at 5 a.m., we were full. Every bag full. Yes. So that's a full class. Now, if somebody pops in and we have more than 36, we will partner up on the bag, which if you remember
back in the day, we always
pre-pandemic,
yes,
and 6 feet,
all partners.
6 feet apart, right? We partnered up every single class. So we're used to that. And our instructors at those busy times know how to handle the big classes and teaching with one person on the bag, one person off, or how to share bags while we're doing the kickboxing. But the 5 and 6 a.m. classes are definitely the biggest classes, which are awesome, because I'll tell you, and I just might be a little biased, but there's just not after touchdown Nebraska, there's not a better sound than bags, like 30, 40 people just kicking those bags at the same time. It's just a beautiful thing.
I love it. AG and Raff.
Yes, indeed. I was just actually doing my own challenge here, knocking out 20. I try to get 100 push-ups per show on the breaks done. So just putting that out there to the big red team here. But no, Jeff, man, it sounds like y'all doing a fantastic job over there. What are some of the some success stories, early success stories that you have for people that just signed up and are new to your team working out?
Well, I really think just some success stories is just starting to develop good habits.
Right.
Kind of our theme.
Priority number one.
Yes. Kind of our theme for 2025 at Farrell's is momentum, building momentum. Just like I always kind of compare it as a snowball going down the side of a mountain, right? As the snowball builds momentum, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Once it hits a rock, it's gone and it has to start again. So our theme is just momentum. So all the people that have started with us, not necessarily coming 6 days a week or eating perfectly, but just kind of building momentum and habits, healthy habits that they can take with them into 2025.
Absolutely. Raffy, go ahead, my man.
All right, Jeff. Question of the day. Somebody walks up to you today and says, "Why should I join Farrell's?" What would be your response?
Well, great question, because there's so many great gyms in Lincoln that you can join, right? I think one of the things that makes Farrell's unique is the 10-week challenge itself. So our classes, some people might be intimidated to go into a gym and not know what they're doing. This seems like a big task, but the way that the 10-week challenge is orchestrated and developed is for our new beginning members. So when you start, you're not just walking in alone. You're going to be with a group of like-minded people that have the same fears, doubts, worries, struggles that you do. So it's about doing it together. So you have a team. So like, let's say you go to 5 a.m. at Yankee Ridge. Well, right now we have 16 new people starting at 5 a.m. Those people are your team for the next 10 weeks. Not only just your team, but your accountability partners. Because a lot of us won't do things for ourselves, right?
Right.
You're just like, like AG, if you just don't work out today, nobody knows that you didn't work out except you. Now you're self-disciplined and self-motivated to do it yourself, but a lot of us aren't. Like
No.
I know I'm not. So even after 17 years, I still need that camaraderie and people after the workout giving me a high five, or if I'm not there saying, hey, where were you today?
Right.
We missed you, right? You don't get that at a lot of places. So it's easy to go from missing 1 day to 2 days. So the structure of the team atmosphere, the coaches, and this isn't something that we're just experimenting on people. Like Farrell's has been doing this and changing lives for over 21 years, 15 years in Lincoln. So we have a proven product and systems in place with the kickboxing, strength training, and the nutrition plan that we've had the same nutrition plan for 20 years. It's really easy. It's proteins, it's carbs, it's fats, it's eating a healthy amount of calories, not a quick fix, no carb, low calorie, short term, lose as many pounds as you can in 5 weeks just to gain it all back. Right. So we want you to learn just how to fuel your body, eating good carbs, good proteins, good fats, in a way that's not intimidating. And again, all designed for beginners.
Jeff, I look at Farrell's, it's like a football game, and good football teams win all three phases of the game, or they do well in them. Obviously offense, defense, and special teams. You got kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition. Now, if you do well in two of those, the difference in a football, it's very similar to a football game. You may not dominate all three, but if you do well at two, you're going to see results.
Right.
You're going to win some games. You're going to get some wins. If you excel and do above average, just above average, you'll still do well at those things.
Right.
That's why I love the approach to Farrell's, because it's very symbolic to football. Because there's three areas of it. Like you said, the nutrition, the kickboxing, the strength training. If you take care of those, you're going to see results.
Yeah, and what's interesting, and I'm hoping that AG will agree with me on these. So we have the cardio, we have the strength training, we have the nutrition. So the fun parts, if you rank them, the funnest to the least fun is kickboxing's fun.
Okay.
Strength training is the second fun, and eating right nutritionally is third fun. But in order of importance, if you want to see real change to your body and how you look and how you feel, nutrition is number one.
Right.
Strength training is number two, and kickboxing is number three.
Nailed it.
Okay.
You nailed it.
Yep.
People don't realize that. That's number one.
AG sends me some things on Instagram, just different, food. And AG, I appreciate those too, man, because I've learned a lot.
I sent about 50 people. You're in that 50.
I love
they
it.
Get it. That's because that's my limit. I would send it to everybody that was my follower on Instagram or X or whatever, because it's useful information that you need to know about our food today.
It is very useful stuff. We got Waverly Jim here. Good morning, Waverly Jim. He goes, I'm starting this as well at Meadow Lane. I can verify that it's not intimidating. Everyone is going through the same things. Very supportive environment. Waverly Jim, I'm proud of you, man. Keep going. Jeff, AG and Raff and Nick, this Friday is the national day they call Quitters Day. It's January 10th. There's literally a day called Quitters Day.
It's been statistically known
that
by this day, is the 10th day of the year, people fold shop.
They quit.
They fold up.
They quit. And Jeff, and I share this every year, and I'm going to share more of it on Friday, but I'm going to share this with the people that are listening for you, and I want you to just kind of comment on these. One of the first things they say is that you got to be devoted to it. That's going to be the thing. It can't be about motivation. You got to be devoted. Like I always say, strong reasons, weak excuses. So I always say, your reasons got to be strong. It ain't about motivation. Because if you said you're going to go out and run every day or 5 days a week, no matter what, this morning, as cold as it is here in Lincoln, motivation ain't going to cut it. You can be motivated to keep your butt right in the crib. So it's got to be stronger than motivation. You got to have a strong reason. Secondly, they always say one of the key things is avoiding the Quitters Day is you got to be consistent and persistent. You got to be consistent. You can't do it when you feel like it, because 90% of the time I don't feel like it. Third key is accountability, which brings in the Farrell's aspect.
Right.
Why are those three in particular, Jeff, the reasons? Why is it strong to where it can't be like a New Year's resolution? It can't be because, well, this would be a good thing to do. The people who, what do you say, what is the number one characteristic of people who stick through it? What is that one characteristic that stands out?
Because they want it for themselves, right? or they have a strong reason. Like we've talked about my reasons. My dad died of a stroke at 69. My grandpa died of a stroke at 73. My uncle died of a stroke at 70. That's in my blood, right? I don't want to be that statistic. So I need to do everything I can. Now, it might be my fate. It might not be. But I'm not just going to be like, okay, well, forget it. So my reasons used to be my kids, right? Now my kids are going to be 22 and 18. So now my reasons are shifting towards future grandkids, right? Because that's something my kids didn't have.
Right.
They lost their grandpa. My daughter was 12 and my son was 8. And they lost him. Like, I don't want that to happen to my grandkids. Right. So I can't wait to be grandparent.
Right.
I'm gonna be awesome grandparent.
Oh, no doubt. Them kids on boxing gloves at birth.
Really just, if people get in it for the wrong reasons, and the wrong reasons I think might be just a quick fix type of thing, right? That's not sustainable. Yeah, it's great feeling in the interim when you can lose 20 pounds in 5 weeks, but if you're doing it the wrong way, then it's so much easier to gain that back. Now, I've been on the roller coaster for 20 years, right? But my goal is to, like, if you've been to Worlds of Fun, my goal is not to be on the Mamba Hills, right? The 200-foot drops, but maybe the Bunny Hills, right?
Yeah.
Where you go down a little bit, then you get back, then you're up and you're down. So, because the bottom line is, this is real life. We have stress, we have jobs, we have mortgages, we have kids, we have grandkids, we have real life issues that we're not on the Biggest Loser ranch,
right?
Where we can work out for 6 hours a day and have chefs prepare meals for us, and have, I know you talk about the body lab, like have a live-in body lab at your house, AD, where you just go home and they're there, right? To take care of you. Like, that's not the reality. So, like, we had Lindsay and Bruce on our show on Sunday. Lindsay, that goes to Yankee Ridge instructor. So as a couple, Lindsay lost 50 pounds in 2024. Bruce lost 40 pounds. Like a great, healthy way to do things. Basically a pound a week or less, right? And they didn't alter. They didn't change their whole lives. They were just more mindful of what they were eating and making better choices and cooking at home and avoiding the drive-thrus.
Right.
That's really it.
Nick, if you don't mind me bringing this up, me and Nick were just talking in the car, and Nick's been on this thing. He's talking about, the holidays as far as that go. And he went in and weighed in. He still dropped a pound, but he was traveling, the holidays and things like that. But I was telling him, once you start that motor, that burning the calories, it doesn't just shut off right away.
Right.
And he cranked it up the past number of months to where even, that's the thing about it, Jeff, you guys never say you can't live. You know what I'm saying? You're going to eat. Me and Jeff love cheeseburgers. We love fries. But it's like we don't live in that space.
Right.
We may visit that space. We're not going to live and stay there. And Nick, to your point, like you said, Nick's like, well, I'm going to get back on it. But you haven't taken like months off or weeks off or like that. That's why your body is still performing. That machine is still churning along, man.
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, there was something exciting. I wanted to sit there and go, dang, I wish I would have kept on it the last 3 weeks, that it was the holidays and I was traveling and my best friend got married. But it's like, okay, you know what? I can't control that last 3 weeks now. Take it for what it is, and now just hit it hard going forward from here on out.
But just think, for you, over Christmas and the holidays, you lost a pound, right?
Yeah, which is crazy. That's what I told her. I was like, man,
the average person gains 5 to 10 pounds over the holidays, right? So you lost a pound, and you still were able to do all those things. That you weren't the person that's like, well, I got to go to this wedding, but I'm not going to drink anything, or I'm not going to eat because
no, trust me, that wasn't the situation.
Well, just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you weren't that person, and we don't want our members to be that person either. We want them, like, if somebody's like, hey, I'm going on a cruise, I'm like, have fun. Right. Get your little all you can drink pass, eat the buffets, enjoy life.
I did.
It's not your whole entire life. You want to have fun as well.
Raff won the competition 4 or 5 years ago, and he went on a cruise.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That just goes to show, Nick, when you're doing things the right way, then if you have the weeks or a month where you're just not consistent like you used to be, you're not just going to completely undo everything you've already done.
Right.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll say this real quick, Jeff. We appreciate you being on, man. Folks, if they want, is it too late? It's not too late.
No, absolutely not. You can go to fxblincoln.com to enroll there, or you can text me directly if you have any questions. 402-310-4026. Everybody wonders about price. It's $349 for the entire 10-week challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts this Saturday. So just think, where would you be in 10 weeks? And if you've already started somewhere else and you've quit already, jump back on the ship. Let's go.
I'm going to tell you, come join the family. It's an amazing, it's not a gym, it's a gym family. And they definitely love on you and hold you accountable. And like I said, 10 weeks is going to pass, Lord willing, whether you do it or not. So you might as well just do it.
Absolutely.
Make some changes. Folks, Jeff Essing, definitely tune in every Sunday morning from 9 to 11. Listen to Fitness Fanatics, where Jeff and his wife, co-owner of Farrell's, Nicole, give you great information on lifestyle fitness. They talk sports as well, because Jeff, unfortunately, is a Chicago Bears fan, but, there's been worse.
Yeah, hey, you guys asked to interview Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, okay.
Talk about
actually, Ben Johnson's my number one choice.
Yeah, well.
But I'll tell you, and I know this might sound diabolical, but I don't hate the idea of Mike McCarthy.
I don't either.
I don't hate the idea. One, he's won a Super Bowl. Two, nothing better he'd like to do than stick it to the Packers. Right?
Uh-oh. Take him down, AG. Pull up.
Hey, I'm in bias territory, to be honest, because it's just when I saw the headline when they said they're talking to Mike McCarthy, I'm like, hey, you got to win. Eventually, it comes. That's what NFL is about. So I'm not mad at the Bears. I'm just like, hey, if you call Mike McCarthy, call me up. They need to run it backs, coach. You know what? That's
right. If the Bears went 12-5 3 years in a row, I mean, I don't know what I would do, because my team's won like 6 playoff games in 30 years. So,
wow.
It's okay with me.
I call it the curse of Lovie Smith, man.
10-6, and he was fired.
He was fired at
10. And a Super Bowl appearance.
AG, it's crazy, dog.
Tell me about it.
It's crazy.
And a Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah.
Still got hacked away. But we know how that goes, Coach Colich, here in Nebraska.
Bingo.
Unfortunately, when I saw that, I was like, what in the French toast is going on?
Folks,
AG, French toast?
Jeff Essing, co-owner of Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Look him up. Phone number again, Jeff.
402-310-4026.
We'll be right back with history.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln or their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and so much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Having diabetes doesn't have to ruin your new year. Join a Nebraska-supported program like Living Well with Diabetes. You'll learn how to manage your symptoms, feel more confident, and reduce stress about your diagnosis. Search Nebraska Living Well with Diabetes and click on the DHHS Healthy Living Programs page to learn more. Paid for by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Grain on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. I want to thank Jeff Essig again, Farrell's Latrine Body Shaping, as well as co-host of Fitness Fanatics. That's on every Sunday morning from 9 to 11. You definitely want to tune in. They got great stuff, great information, other than that he's a Bears fan. But nevertheless, I digress. I digress. We got some history. Raff, I'm going to have you go first, my man.
All right. On this day in 1963, the Cleveland Browns let their coach, their first general manager, Paul Brown, leave. Art Modell, the infamous owner of the Browns, they finally could not get along with each other anymore. So the team in which he was named, the Cleveland Browns, Paul Brown was let go. And I think it was like 7 or 8 years later, he created the Cincinnati Bengals. So pretty wild times. And crazy is the last time the Browns won a championship was 1964. So maybe there's a little bit of a curse of Paul Brown that still lingers over the town of Cleveland.
Was it 1964 the last time they won a championship?
Yep.
Jeez, Jim Brown was running back, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wow.
The beast of all beasts. Right
Beast
there.
of all. AG, you think about that real quick, Raff, and that's a good history point you bring up. You think about if Ernie Davis hadn't passed away of leukemia.
Oh my goodness.
What the Cleveland Browns backfield would have looked like with Jim Brown.
Oh my goodness. If I was a linebacker, I'd be like, man, you better put your hard hat on today.
We
got work to do.
I've been making the call down to Oklahoma and being like, hey, Barry Switzer, can you come coach the Wishbone?
Barry Switzer was a teenager then. He ain't coaching nobody and not going to stop Ernie and Jim. I tell you that right now. He's a great coach, though. So
yeah. AG, I know you've seen that movie before, The Express.
Yeah,
the story about Ernie Davis. And folks, I know you've heard me. You've heard us talk about on this show numerous times. If you've not seen The Express yet, with Ernie Davis, Dennis Quaid plays the coach there at Syracuse. It's a powerful, powerful movie. True story. The time they visited West Virginia, you're talking about during the late 50s, early 60s, man. I mean, they were getting bottles thrown on everything else, and Ernie, man, was just a beast, man. AG, what do you got? And I'll go after you, my man.
Yeah, I got a good one here. Going into our time and childhood of the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, gaming consoles played a crucial part of development and competitive gaming in the release systems of the Atari 2600, Nintendo Entertainment System, and a new era of video games that could be played at home. So at the arcades, we could still find Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Dig Dug, Raff, Street Fighter, to say the least, gained massive following, sparking the new waves of competitive gaming. So the 80s saw the rise of organized video game tournaments, also with the 1980 Atari National Space Invaders Championship becoming one of the first earliest examples of the large-scale competitive gaming. So this tournament drew in thousands of participants across the United States, signaling the potential of competitive gaming as an organized activity. And then from there, we hit the 90s, and we had PlayStation for us, us AD on campus here in Lincoln, and N64 as well. And then later on, you have multiplayer game like Quake and StarCraft that also fueled the interest in growing competitive gaming at that time. So
Space Invaders was a heck of a game, man. I love
Oh
playing
my
that.
God,
It goes, never heard of it.
No Space Invaders?
No.
What about asteroids?
No.
What? Yeah, see, that's bad parenting right there, man. You know.
Whoa.
It's just like somebody. Have you seen Star Wars? Have you seen any of the Star Wars?
Right now.
Part of that's on me though. Part of that's on me because my issue growing up, like I only wanted the sport games.
Me too. I was that, but I knew about these other games. Though.
Those games just sound like they got bad graphics.
That's funny.
Like Space Invaders.
That was
that was the game, bro.
Dig Dug. It sounds like a horrible graphics. I mean, come on now.
Oh my goodness, this is too funny.
Well, I got some history for you before we clock out and get back on the main topics, the big topics we got today. On this day in 2015, Nebraska flips running back Divine Zigbo from Iowa State to Nebraska. So Big D-O, the big do is what I call him. Divine switched from Iowa State to Nebraska, out of Shays, Texas, where Divine Zigbo was. Went and played for the Jacksonville Jaguars for a while. I think it was the Patriots for a while. And I think the Saints as well, wasn't you guys?
Yes, he was a Saint. He was a Saint as well.
And the Broncos for a bit.
He was a Broncos
Oh,
for a bit as
nice.
well.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he was a Bronco.
Mm-hmm. Folks, when we come back, man, 105 in 2025. How do you get it down to 105 in 2025? This is 105 in 2025. We'll see how they thrive because Matt Rule and company's got some work to do to get that roster down because they're still about 35, give or take, away from getting it to 105. How they do it, we want to hear from you. We'll talk about it as well. It's The Drive, 93.7 Ticket.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50, say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home. It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and so much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Early break.
I need to know what the definition of a chandelier is.
Chandelier?
Yeah.
Is the same too?
I think so.
When I think chandelier, I think like an old-timey big light that's fancy, that's bedazzled, basically. It's got fancy looking.
Yeah.
It's not jewelry, but it's got fancy elements to it.
I know what you mean.
That's a regular nice light
hanging from the ceiling.
Right.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. The Adam Carricker Show.
That is what the 12-team playoff does. It makes the end of the regular season more exciting until we realize, hey, the teams that are 10 through 12 are just going to get killed. So getting in doesn't really matter. All that doesn't matter is Oregon, Ohio State regular season. Matchup doesn't matter. Ohio State, Michigan, that rivalry's now been devalued. And to me, that's what I see.
Live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 12 to 1 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Gray.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back, folks, on this very blustery Tuesday morning here downtown at the mothership. Got Nick on the 1s and 2s, Raff in Huntsville, Alabama. We got AG, of course, there in H-Town in Houston. Folks, 105 in 2025. How many of you know what that is? Just in case you don't know what we were alluding to, all Division I teams have to be the roster size down to 105 players in this year right here. Here's the thing, you guys. Here's where I'm kind of give you some background on it, and then we'll elaborate from there because I want to get all you guys' opinions. And on the text line as well. Give us a call as well as let us know 424-645-5685 on the Starter Heyman Allo text line. Let us know your thoughts on how you would trim your roster. Obviously, one being obviously talent that goes there as well. So oftentimes when you guys were hearing people say, well, why does this school get more? My nephew down in Tallahassee, he's actually in Purdue now where he has his master's. He's a professor there, but he's a graduate of FAMU, but right there, which is right in Tallahassee. Oh, man, we need to get some of this position, some of that position. I said, nephew, it's no longer about school per se. Do they have the financial resources also to match that? Talking to a former, not a former buddy of mine, a former coach buddy of mine, said, AD, now when we, and this was just on Sunday, he goes, now when we talk to players, we're just saying, he goes, his colleagues are saying, what's your number? It's not what academics looks like. It's not, what's your number? Recruiting has changed. So when you hear people say, we need this, we need it. Yeah, we know we need that, or per se school knows they need that, but it ain't always about it's not always about us trying to get someone. It's like, do the numbers match up? Can we get that guy financially, talking from a football perspective? So it's not about who's got the best facilities anymore. You see some studs going to schools that ain't got close to the facilities of a Nebraska or a Big Ten or one of your major conference schools. It's not necessarily about the school anymore. He said, AD, they're asking now, what's your number? It's changed. So how do we get it to 105? So as of right now, and according to the Football Media Guide in 2024, we had roughly about 150 guys on the roster, which we all know. So that leaves about 45 players from Nebraska to trim. So far, Okay, just read these numbers up. 14 players have used up their eligibility this year. That's 14. Okay. As of right now, about 30 players have transferred out of the program. So leaving it a net loss of about 44 players still. Okay. You also signed 20 high school players last month, just in December. You added actually 14 more players via the portal. 12 to 14 via the portal. So the math is you got 14 seniors minus 34 transfers, 20 new high school players, and 12 to 14 incoming transfers. So that gives you about 138 players currently still on that roster. So you still got some guys you got to get rid of. Now, guys, here's the kicker. Now, we know in legislation, the NCAA passed that. They're going to, they're sharing the upcoming revenue sharing, $20 million that would dole out to athletes per school. Okay. Here's the reality, though. That's not solid until April 7th. A judge still has to rule on that.
Yeah, I think
so here's my point. Let's say the judge decides, nah. So think about this, though. Here's what I'm asking you guys to think about. How can you say that you can have limits on rosters, but there's no limits as far as NIL money? That's like somebody watching somebody get a parking ticket, but letting the person rob the bank and they're fine, but the person who gets the parking ticket gets the parking ticket. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So partially there's going to be limits on and a little more transparency when you bring revenue sharing into it. They're going to pass it. It's going to be a thing.
Nick, with the NCAA, you never know what a judge is feeling like that day, man.
It will because of all the corporate money and the potential
100%
made with that. So with it all, though, is it's going to create a little more transparency. You're going to have a little more of an idea of what certain players are going to make. NIL is still going to be a thing, but I think it's going to be real interesting to see what happens to maybe some of the institutions. Nebraska's in a unique spot because they only have one main collective, and that's the 1890 collective, obviously. But I'll be interested to see what happens at other places that have multiple, right? Does the lesser of the two kind of drop out, or
does
do they
one
merge?
or does one merge?
Yeah, right.
The other?
Do they merge together? So I think collectives. I think the future of those are a little different and maybe up in the air in some places. I don't think it is at a place like Nebraska, but at some other places, I think maybe the futures are up in the air. Just the curiosities on what happens and how they operate, what sports do they work with, because they still need to. Obviously, they'll still need to work in the NIL department with some of the other sports that don't make the money like football does. On top of this, going back to the roster real quick, I think a big red flag for this whole entire thing, sadly, is you're going to have a lot of guys looking for homes after spring ball.
Yes.
And they're going to be out. They're going to be out because depth charts don't have to be solidified until the first week of fall camp. So you're talking about these are decisions that can be dragged out and waited on up until, close to August, if not to the first week of August, depending on when your first game is. So not that coaches nowadays are going to wait and delay because that puts the players in a bad spot and people talk and you don't want to get a bad rap. But there's going to be a lot of situations where they're fighting for spots during spring ball. They get told, hey, we don't have room for, you're going up against three other guys. We don't have room for two of you. And then guess what? After spring ball, that's a quick turnaround to have to try to find a new program that can take you in and you can play on Saturdays.
You guys, you look at this, the portal opens again for football April 16th through the 25th. April 16th through the 25th, it opens up again. For men's and women's basketball, the portal opens up actually during March Madness, March 17th through April 30th. Just something to take note of. But the football, for the sake of conversation, that transfer window opens back up again April 16th to the 25th. Like Nick just mentioned, AG and Raff, some of those guys maybe go through spring ball, don't cut it. It's going to be tough, man. There's going to be some people that are left out in the coldness. With that being said, gentlemen, we have at this point about 33 to 35 players to still trim from. And we're still actually still obviously looking for players for the portal still. So that number could blow it up anywhere from 33 to 39, give or take, how many more other guys you bring in. Raff, what would be your criteria? And AG, I'm going to ask you the same thing, and Nick as well. What would be yours as far as who do you keep?
Today's day and age, best players stay. I mean, that's the end all be all right now is winning football games. So
simple answer.
So you're going to have to find the best. If you don't have the best, that's the state of college football today. I mean, you've got to go with your best players. You have to. I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about that, AG?
No, it's that simple, Raff. What you just said is that simple because that's what NFL teams do. They look at needs and wants during draft and free agency time, and it's basically going to be the same thing for colleges now. What do we need and what do we want? Because what we need, that means things that we want to prioritize first and then put the money towards. When you talk about what's your number, I remember I had a parent ask me that my first year at Nebraska on the esports team, recruiting a kid at the high school national championship for Rocket League. The dad texts me back like a week later, what's the number for us? And I'm like, huh? I said, well, I told you, here's my number. Partial scholarship and maybe some money on this, maybe some NIL money. That's
hey,
it.
G, I'm glad you mentioned NIL sports. I thought you were talking about you when you were coming to Nebraska.
No, I'm talking about esports. No, I'm talking about esports. But what Raff said, it's really no explanation. It's just the best players and then what your needs and wants. If you need tackles, running backs, quarterbacks, D-line, whatever, that's where you got to look. And that's how you got to manage it now at the college level, which is exactly how the NFL level does it.
I wonder, so it's going to be as important as ever now that staffs don't miss-scout or misidentify.
100%.
For that, for what you just said, but I think it's also a two-sided coin with who do you keep and how do you evaluate this? Because you also want to retain and hold on to people and players that you see having a vital part of your program next season and the year after, right? Like I think there's something to be said about there's two sides to that coin. You need to keep all your best players, but you also have to split that and be cognizant of who do we see from an outlook standpoint, who do we see benefiting and becoming a vital part of our football program in 2 seasons or in next season, because you don't want to have to live through the fifth, getting 30, 40 guys through the portal every single year. You can if you absolutely need to for plug and play. If you have a catastrophe on your roster and you need to clean out the locker room, whatever it might be, yeah, you can live with it. But to depend on that's how you build your roster year in and year out, I'm not sure if that's the greatest way to do it. So yeah, simple answer. You guys are absolutely right. Keep the best players, but I think you also have to compartmentalize that with keep the best players while also thinking in your head, okay, who's going to have who do we want to put all of our eggs into the basket of for development? Because you can't just forget about that at the college level either.
And that's hard also too, because you don't know with the day and age of the transfer portal and stuff that you might be compartmentalizing, like, okay, we're going to say in 2 years, he's going to be at somebody great for the program. But with the NIL, that's where it's such a catch-22 now, because I completely see, Nick, where you're at, but it's just like you're not sure if he's going to be around for 2 or 3 years.
And it is. I struggle, AG, to like sit here and operate in that mindset though. Like people use that all the time, and you're right, Raff, you are. But I struggle to like if you're a coach, how do you operate with we have to operate in this mindset of, you might leave in a couple of years, so we need to be a little more hesitant. No, I think you got to go all in. And you know what? If you get burned a couple of times, figure out how to adapt.
100% on that one. But back to the initial question is you closely examine those players that are on roster to the players that potentially may be on a roster that are in the portal or coming in. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you alleviate what is the needs and wants. You go in and fine tooth comb where you look at stats, you look at how they've been on the team, making sure they have good stature with camaraderie with all the teammates in the locker room, and then their gameplay. Because those are the things that NFL teams evaluate players off of. Is this a locker room guy? Is this a guy that, comes in, is going to do his job in terms of whatever position he plays? And so you evaluate that, fine tooth comb it. And then when they get in, if you have a chance to talk with them, either over the phone or in person, then you ask the rest of the questions that you need to ask to kind of find this out. It's all an interview in the end of things. It's a business interview. So once you get those questions answered, then you can finally come down to maybe making the best decision for your roster at that time. So examining them is the best way to go. One of the best ways to go.
You guys, I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit here. Let's say you have got 2 guys that are equal in talent. You can't keep both. What are the factors you're going to put in? Classroom, off the field?
Who's cheaper? Who's cheaper? I mean, no.
To be honest, Nick is not far from the truth of what an NFL team is.
Now, Nick. That is
facts. I mean, what he just said is who's the cheaper.
Yep.
What's their numbers? You be like, all right, let's go to the numbers, because you got to have a deciding factor, because you want to sit there going, at the 24th hour, sitting there like, okay, we got these two players. Like, no, you don't want to be there. Trust me, that's not a fun feeling for a GM and a head coach or whoever's making the final decision to be there every offseason. No, I don't want to be sitting there making that decision. I want to make it clean, crisp process. So when I pick my players or the players pick me and they have their numbers, we have their numbers, we have their stats, that it's a clean process every year.
Guys, I'm going to do a quick reading. We're going to come back. We're going to discuss this a little bit more because there's a lot more meat on this bone as far as that goes. But this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. He can help protect your home, vehicle, family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. We'll be right back, folks. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln or their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see increasing clouds throughout the day, and it will be breezy. We'll see a high around 22. Tonight, skies will clear out. It will be cold. We'll see a low of 3 above. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with light winds, knocking high near 23. A meteorologist complex for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and so much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Ever stare at the Hog Wild menu and feel like you just can't make up your mind because it all looks so good? Well, when I want a little bit of everything, I get a little bit of everything on Hog Wild's Smokestack Sandwich. On a butter-toasted bun, we pile on our hickory smoked beef brisket and juicy hot links. The hard part is choosing between fresh curly fries, classic baked beans, or coleslaw on the side. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
New year, new you? Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help make sure you keep that resolution this time. Our proven system combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition, along with our expert coaching to make sure you're moving forward toward your goals. The next 10-week challenge starts January 11th, but if you enroll now, you can start today and get a head start on those gains for no extra cost. Plus, head to fxblincoln.com and you can save $100. Don't wait. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day.
That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50, say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up
But why?
because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
The Adam Carricker Show.
That is what the 12-team playoff does. It makes the end of the regular season more exciting until we realize, hey, the teams that are 10 through 12 are just going to get killed. So getting in doesn't really matter. All that doesn't matter is Oregon-Ohio State regular season. Matchup doesn't matter. Ohio State-Michigan, that rivalry's now been devalued. And to me, that's what I see.
Live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 12 to 1 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back here live. 937 A Ticket here to Mothership. Got a call in. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, we got Cody on the line. Cody, appreciate your patience. What's on your mind, my friend?
Hey guys, I was just wondering here, since we can't, or you have the roster limit sizes, and it's harder to develop guys and have the no more walk-ons. What if they were to hire practice squad players through the university and then develop them that way, and that way they could earn a chance to either make the team or after whatever that university's policy is, after a year or two, earn at least some tuition discounts or free tuition for being a full-time university employee. Just wondering what your guys' thoughts on that was.
Thanks, Cody. Appreciate the comment. AG, any thoughts on that?
Oh, interesting. I like that one. Because obviously it's all about getting paid right now. Give the kid opportunity. I think you get a kid that'll be a little bit more driven to go out there and play and, put his body, be a team player basically, because he's there on his own accord. Doesn't have no, I would say, no financial motivation other than maybe get something. And so I think that will build out players kind of like redshirt players or like their walk-ons back in the day. I think that would be something to mess around with, but you got to really, fine tune it some way, somehow, basically. But not a bad idea there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think Cody's really far off on that either.
Yeah.
If that's something they'd like to do, because I believe the women's basketball team they go out and they get like guys to come out and practice with them for practices. So I think, and then I've also thought too, maybe, bringing back like a JV team or something like that, if that would be a possibility, to where you could have potential, they wouldn't be walk-ons, but to where they could build up and have a chance to opportunity to maybe make the team in the future. So I think that might be something that they could maybe look into in the future.
Here's my one little pushback on that. Is what is keeping that walk-on or that player that's going to be a walk-on from going to the JUCO down the street and then 2 years later getting an opportunity at Nebraska on the team? I think it'd be hard to fill out a purposeful and productive, quote unquote JV team, if you want to go that route. Because now I think that's one angle that we haven't even mentioned is I think Nebraska, teams like Nebraska and the Power Five, even maybe Group of Five, they're going to be active when we talk about transfer portal into the JUCO ranks. I think that's an area that a team like Nebraska can really benefit from. And so I think it'd be hard to fill out when, if some guy gets overlooked in high school, he can go down to Dodge City. He can go down to Highland. He can go wherever. It doesn't matter. And if you show out for 1 or 2 years in JUCO ball, well, then your recruiting gets open and there's going to be a lot more schools with a lot less likely chance that they miss you.
Well, you think about this, you guys, if that has been mentioned already, and forgive me if it has, those 2 years don't count.
Yeah.
They will not count against your 5. Well, they're trying to get 5 years now, but if you're redshirt, those 2 years in JUCO, whether you spend a year or 2 years, they will not count towards your clock starting up at the D1 level. So Cody's not far off as far as that goes. I think all those scenarios are in play.
Yeah, I think Cody's on the right track. I think Cody's on the right track. I think it's like I'm trying to like put my mind or myself into the shoes of an 18-year-old and say, would I rather be on Nebraska's, practice squad, I suppose, because you wouldn't be able to, since it's not professional, like it's not the model of the NFL. And since there's not a CBA and there's no collective bargaining and there's no union, you can't just, if some guy gets hurt, you can't elevate somebody from the practice squad. It's not the same as the NFL. So that'd be where if I'm 18 or 19 and a freshman, what is the benefit of going to Nebraska's practice squad over Highland Community College or Fort Dodge, wherever it is?
Wonder if they paid. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Would you rather go to a practice squad at Nebraska? You're not going to play any. You're not on the team. However, they're going to pay you maybe a couple $1,000 a month compared to going to junior college.
Exactly.
To where they're not going to pay you any. This is wild.
It's the D1 program too. That's the benefit of it. Nick, you asked the question. You kind of threw that question in there. That's the benefit. You're at a D1, not a JUCO.
Yeah,
so you have that on your. But you have that on. You have that on a resume now. So if you're there for 2 years, even though you're at D1 and maybe you just practice squad, and that does look differently than being at a JUCO roster, even though you're not actively playing in live games, stuff like that. So that is the benefit.
You're not on scholarship, so you don't get access to you don't get access to the train. Like you don't get all those benefits because that's what the
if you know how to plan it right. Yeah, if you know how to do it right for yourself or have somebody mentor you, then you don't really need that because you could find it out on your own. And you're getting paid. That if you're getting paid to do it, then you can find and buy things on your own as well.
Let me ask you
this. It is benefit.
Let me ask you this, AG. What is more valuable in the recruiting game nowadays? The resume of where you were at or snaps?
There's always snaps. And if you have snaps, regardless of where you're at, like so if you are at Nebraska practice squad, for example, or Power 5 school only on JV or whatever, you know, how you want to place it in this conversation, I'm gonna look at that and be like, man, okay, if it's Nebraska, if it's Ohio State, if it's Alabama, Miami, UCLA, I'm gonna see like, okay, he was at practice with this coach, these players, these athletes. If it is a school that is about that life, that means a good school, a college playoff team, then I'm a have some, that to me has equity. You know, if a player comes from that type of background and played and practiced against those type of players and been coached this type of way, that for me as a recruiter, that has equity with me because I understand what they've been through and I've seen the development of those players coming out of that school to say, hey, okay, this kid might have some, but we got to, you know, really talk it out, get him in here physically, look at him, talk to him, ask questions. It's a long process, but that starts the process to getting players coming through and make sure we have the right players that want to be in the building and want to play ball.
Yeah. Quick response here. I think it was Blake Larson. Good morning to you, Blake. He goes, don't you have 5 years of eligibility now, but 5 to play 4? As of right now, you do have that. The NCAA later this year, when they do meet, they're going to discuss 5 years overall, which is not a new idea. Actually, Jimbo Fisher back in 2014, 2015 proposed that all players should have 5 years of eligibility no matter what. So it's not official yet for 5 years, but you can do 4 and 5 as it is right now. But later this year, when NCAA does meet, they will discuss that that very thing, which has been on the books of discussion since Jimbo was at Florida State back in 2014, 2015. BR, good morning to you.
Unless there's another pandemic, unless there's another pandemic.
Yes, which is after, yeah, no doubt. BR, what's happening, man? Because does this mean that with this NIL, do the former NFL coaches now have an advantage over the others who don't have that experience?
100%.
Here's what I think with this. AG, you think 100%.
100%. Bill Belichick, oh my God, he's playing with kids right now. Just think about his background as a head coach and GM and what he did with the Patriots during that time.
So Nick, you're saying it doesn't make a big deal. So AG, you say it does. Nick, what do you say?
Is it because he? Okay, go Nick.
No, go AG. You're.
No, I'm just saying he has the acumen already. Not only is he already a smart coach, okay, we already know this, but now he knows the business behind the business that's come into NCAA, and he's looking at this like, well, because he knows the process, like what I just talked about, where you getting a redshirt player or a practice squad player you want to play. He knows how to handle that situation. He knows how to get that player, either give him 2,000 or 1,000 or nothing, and how he's going to handle every evaluation for every player. That's what he would do with his current players, like with his active roster players that were on the team. He would evaluate those players as well and say, hey, I need you to work on this in the offseason. And if you don't get better, if we don't see the difference between now to next season, you might be gone. So he will be straight up with players. So that part of the process, and then the evaluation process of bringing guys in, bringing guys out, he already understands it. And he's hiring, people that's going to understand that along with him and teach them, if not teach them. But knowing him, he's going to probably have players that already know, or people that already know the process.
Where he might run into a little bit of trouble, though, is those players were under contract already, so he kind of had that control to do that. And I don't think he's going to respond well to when he maybe toes that hard line against these players, and they're like, well, see ya, I'm going to the portal. So I think that might be his little, where he's going to have to adjust a little bit. But I think you're right, to where he knows how to handle, being in kind of that contractually based system.
Posturing.
But I think it'll hurt him a little bit, just for the fact that he's used to those players being under contract and they're kind of under his control. And I think that's one of the things that's been kind of lost in college football now, to where if you don't get along with the coach, or if you don't, you're out of there. So it'll be interesting to see how it works.
It's going to be interesting to watch.
I think there's a couple avenues here, because you guys are absolutely right with the lingo, with the business of how it works. I think it's going to be beneficial for some NFL coaches that maybe saw themselves in a little bit of a GM role in the NFL. But for the coaches, if there are former NFL coaches that weren't in the front office, I'm not sure how much of a leg up they will have, because now you're seeing college programs. Bill Belichick did it himself. They hire general managers. Nebraska has one. North Carolina, Bill Belichick has one. They hire guys to kind of handle all of this. And so in the NFL, like Raff kind of just said, they're not worked within, like in the minute details with contract negotiations and with that piece of it. That's more the front office. So maybe like Bill Belichick specifically, who's had the front office experience, who was involved in evaluation of players, who was involved in all of that when you're talking about rookies and free agent stuff. Yeah, I think there's definitely a leg up for him. But other NFL coaches that maybe will eventually come to the college ranks or are already here, I think their best bet, hire a general manager and then try to coach football. But you got to have some sort of NIL acumen because you're going to get eaten alive nowadays if you don't.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to delegate. Understand delegation and get that to people, like you said, Nick, to GMs or somebody that can manage it and handle it the right way.
Hey, Ron, good morning. You guys, why can't they have a dedicated practice squad that doesn't count towards the 105? Well, according to the NCAA, you cannot do that. You won't be able to do that unless they make some changes within the current guidelines. Again, and like as I thought about this with you guys, like you mentioned, April 7th, that judge would probably get chased out of his judgeship if they did not rule in favor of this. But as far as the practice squad, that's just not going to happen until they extend to where you're going to have more players on the squad. But I don't know how you can have.
I just don't know. I don't see it. I don't see a world, at least in the near future, to where you can play it like the pros. And like, let's say Raff and I are on a team. I get injured on the actual NFL team. Raff's on the practice squad. Okay, I'm on IR. Now you can call up Raff. Like there's no bargaining. Like there's no CBA. There's nothing to regulate that. And so that's where it gets tricky, because you can't treat it like that in the NFL's roster or in the practice squad
without the structure.
Yeah, without the structure, right. and then on top of that, you can't treat it like a minor league or major league baseball organization either, where you can just send guys down to the practice squad and bring guys up. It doesn't have the infrastructure right now to be able to have those type of conversations.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Yeah,
at the NCAA level, I'll say that at the NCAA level, it's not there yet, because it's so many. I mean, it's a process. Like when you do the practice squad thing at the NFL level, you are counting to a number. You still counting to that 53, but it does and doesn't work with it. Works with the 53, it doesn't. Now it works with the 53 if you're going to, because veteran practice squad players. So if you're a veteran over 8 years or 7 years, if you come off a practice squad, they have to pay you and they got to activate you instantly. If you're not a veteran, they don't have to activate you. They could just try you out basically and then put you back on practice squad and then put you on waiver. So yeah, it's a complicated scenario once they bring in practice squads. It's coming. It's got to come because they already have NIL, which is free agency, and transfer portal. Transfer portal, which is free agency. They already have that, so we know this is the next wave of guidelines and another process for players to play at the college level at all levels, at all, D1, D2, junior college, all that we have. So
a little bit of breaking news from the NFL. The Tennessee Titans have fired their general manager. They own the number 1 pick.
Yeah,
the Titans own the number 1 pick. So whoever they bring in as the general manager, which by the way, Dion quote tweeted it and said, "Wow." And obviously there's something there. So
interesting.
Yeah, you wonder.
Maybe nothing there.
Yeah, so maybe nothing there.
Or maybe nothing.
Or maybe something. Before
I watch too many movies, man. I just can't fall into that trash.
Go ahead.
Before we go, Coach Eddie says, how about having a pipeline from JUCO to UNL from a local college? We talked about that briefly. All things are possible.
Western.
Yeah, all things are possible right now as far as that goes, as far as JUCOs. Heck, one of our most famous JUCOs, Mike Rozier, came from a JUCO.
Where Terrell
Farley.
Yeah,
folks, we'll be right back. It is The Drive. Last segment, 93% of ticket.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
New year, new you. Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping can help make sure you keep that resolution this time. Our proven system combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition, along with our expert coaching to make sure you're moving forward toward your goals. The next 10-week challenge starts January 11th, but if you enroll now, you can start today and get a head start on those gains for no extra cost. Plus, head to fxblincoln.com and you can save $100. Don't wait. Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50, say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Patriot Plumbing at 402-464-7411 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-464-7411.
Ever stare at the Hog Wild menu and feel like you just can't make up your mind because it all looks so good? Well, when I want a little bit of everything, I get a little bit of everything on Hog Wild's Smokestack Sandwich. On a butter-toasted bun, we pile on our hickory smoked beef brisket and juicy hot links. The hard part is choosing between fresh curly fries, classic baked beans, or coleslaw on the side. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks. Time flew by this morning. Great discussion, great insight. Talking sports, 105 in 2025. Of course, we will definitely keep this conversation going because Nebraska's roster is very fluid right now. And will be, I would say, for the next 6 months as far as that goes until things get solidified after spring ball. But, of course, there was a big name, Nick, Raff, and AG, that Nebraska was looking at. Offensive tackle Elijah Pritchett.
Yeah.
He started actually 12 games, I believe, for Alabama this past year. Elijah Pritchett, 6'6", I believe, 6'6", 312 is what he is. Appeared in 13 games as a backup offensive tackle and on special teams in 2023. Played a lot this year. He was ranked number 34 overall, number 4 offensive tackle in the 2022 recruiting class, according to On3. But he is one that Nebraska has some interest in. It seems like the interest is mutual.
Yeah.
But again, we shall see.
Yeah, he's going to be visiting. He's going to be
today, I believe.
He's going to be on campus here soon. Elijah Pritchett will be for Nebraska. That's a guy. He played right tackle at Bama. Obviously, Nebraska's going to have to replace Bryce Benhart, who started over 55 games as a Husker at right tackle. So that's certainly a spot. I don't know if they're thinking maybe they can move him to the left side as well if they felt confident about Elijah Pritchett on the left side. I would also add we have a unique and an intriguing linebacker visitor that Nebraska fans, if you remember the UTEP game this year, there was a lot of talk going into that game about their linebacker, Mo Westmoreland. He will be on campus visiting Nebraska. He's in the portal right now. And so Nebraska not only got the Georgia Southern transfer, who had over 335 tackles in his 3 seasons with Georgia Southern, but now they're going to be hosting Mo Westmoreland, who was the standout linebacker for UTEP this season, and obviously played at Memorial Stadium and made his name known that day. So, all right, we're up against the clock. AD, start us off, my friend, or Raff, go ahead.
RGT.
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to Jeff Buss. Jeff is the person that started Lincoln Sports Memories on Facebook. I have never met Jeff, but I love the time and effort he's put into this. He's got his hands on a bunch of old Lincoln yearbooks and old Lincoln Journal Star clippings, and it's just basically him showing the past of Lincoln sports. Last week I sent AD one with one of his Lincoln High teams, and I just wanted to give Raff's Good Take out to Jeff just for taking the time and keeping the history of Lincoln sports alive. So Jeff, you are Raff's Good Take.
I love it, Raff. Love it, Raff. Yeah, that's some great stuff you sent, Raff. I definitely appreciate, man. Definitely appreciate it. The AD attitude adjustment today, folks, is this, and I think going into a new year, it's fitting. It's something I try to remind myself of on a regular basis. What you don't change, you choose. What you don't change, you choose. So if you don't like your current situation, with regards to what area of your life it is, if you don't change it, that's what you're choosing. Although psychologically you may be saying, I don't want this, but your behavior and actions continue to solidify that result, you ain't done yet. So what you don't change, you choose. So if you don't like your results, change your actions, behaviors, and habits. It'll take care of itself. AG, what do you got for us, brother?
Nice. That's a good one. I'll let that roll. But I like I guess a good take. Yeah, it's one of our now teammates with the ticket and former quarterback Steve Taylor's birthday is today.
What's that again?
Steve Taylor's birthday is today.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday to Steve-O.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
The big 5'8". Big 5'8".
Oh, he said it on the radio.
I'm
not going to be happy with you.
Hey, he knows my phone number.
There you go. Folks,
it's just a number.
There we go. All of those were brought to us by the Body Lab. The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, offers everything from physical therapy, trigger point dry needling, a cold plunge tub, and infrared sauna. Learn more about schedule your appointment with Rachel and her amazing team today online at thebodylab.lnk.com or visit them at 14th and Yankee Hill, Lincoln. Raff, take us home.
All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Be nice to each other. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50. Say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes